I don't know if it's being a tattoo artist or what, but like once the stuff is out, once the stencil is out, I'm ready to go. Oh, of course I don't have any ink. Hi. I wanted to come on here today because I'm going to be printing out a new flash sheet. It's not new as in I just did it, but as in it'll be my first time printing it out and practicing tattooing it. But the thing is that because I drew it on paper, I never drew it like digitally. So low-key, I'm wondering if there's a way that I can like scan it and then I can just print it, because I don't really want to have to redraw it all in Procreate. Here's the flash sheet. Very cutesy. It's an illustrative style sheet. And there's a few other things that I saved. So my girlfriend, I'm gonna tattoo her, and so I told her she could just pick whatever she wanted, and she just went through her like Pinterest of like tattoos she had saved, and she just found like a picture of a snail. So I'm also gonna be adding that. And then I saw a ladybug that I thought was cute, so I'm also going to be adding that because I think I might tattoo that on myself. I still haven't tattooed myself, but I think that's something that I'm gonna do this week. So I think that this is the start of that video. I'm not gonna do it today because it's already almost like 4 p.m. and I'm just tired. But yeah, welcome to me tattooing myself and possibly my girlfriend this week. I guess that'll be what this video is about. So I know in the Notes app, you can like usually scan stuff. So like when you make a new note, I don't know if this makes sense, but like that camera that's up there, it has a scan documents, and that's usually what I've used in the past. So I don't have good lighting, so let me fix the lighting. What? I didn't know that lamp had become unplugged. Woo! So yeah, this is like the light that I've been using for tattooing. Just some lamp that my mom gave me, and I have 2 of them, so I just put that one over here by the tattooing. Okay, let's see, it's still casting a shadow. That's what happens when you try to take a picture with a giant iPad. Let's see how that looks. And then I just imported it. So boom. And then I'm just gonna, you know, adjust the size of it. And I realize I don't really like to have stuff on the edge because it doesn't print right. And then I'm also just inserting the photos that are of the tattoo my partner wanted. Although I still haven't like gotten good at like sizing things. So, and because I also don't know what size she wants, I'm just gonna do multiple sizes. I changed it to like black and white because the picture was like not black and white. And it's still kind of not black and white, but I don't think it'll be a problem when I try to like print it. Okay, here's my flash sheet that I'm gonna be printing out. And my iPad has 10%, so, and let's just say she does not die slowly. So I'm just gonna go ahead, export that as a PDF. Here's my printer in its little bag. And I just grab one of my transfer sheets. I pull out the transfer paper that's in between because I often forget to do that. I'm just gonna save this to my files. Usually I name it, but I'm trying to move quick because my iPad's about to die. Then I open the app. Phono, whatever. It just has that little mushroom as its logo. Excel, print documents. Then I upload the document, and it's usually on here. Where are you? Okay. It's like obviously the last one. I make sure it's in the vertical layout. I wish I had made it a little bit darker, but it is what it is. And then I have 7%, so I'm trying to put this in. I put this in paper side down. The directions had said like yellow paper side down, but I actually realized it printed really crappily whenever I did that. Okay. Hopefully that's it. And then I just hit print. I have it on like the thickest line settings. Okay. It's still a little bit off. I'm still trying to work out putting it in at the right height so that way it starts printing below the glue line. It came out distorted. Okay, so I have to print it again. It's okay. We all make mistakes. But yeah, like it was too close to the edge at the top, and then like the paper got weird at the end, so like these were like smushed. So yeah, don't love that for me, but I would say the ladybugs are fine. Some of these are fine, so I'm going to try to, with my little bit of battery life, fix some of these designs. Cause like obviously like some of these printed out fine, some of them did not. So I'm gonna adjust those, and then I'll show y'all when I'm done adjusting. I think I fixed it. This is what I tattooed last time. Luckily, I actually have tons of these sheets because it came with the tattoo machine kit and with the printer. So, not that I want to run out of them. Let me export this. Save to files. Yep. Yep. Then I hop back over to the app. Upload this document. Put this little paper in again. So now I see it, like clearly it like looks for it. It like looks for the paper to like line it up. Hopefully that fixed it. I'm gonna like put it long ways so hopefully it prints correctly this time. But I can see that it already seems kind of some type of way, whatever. I'm just gonna try to print it again and hope for the best. Please, please, stencil gods, please. I'm hoping, I'm begging, I'm praying. Okay. slightly better. Slightly. So like the snails are fine at the bottom now, and so is the locket. And now because I moved this, it didn't like cut off, but the dragon and the jellyfish are still kind of cut off. But it is what it is. I'm gonna put at least one of them down and let it dry. The reason why I say at least one is because every time I apply more than one and I go to tattoo, I end up smearing the stencil that I'm not working on. So I don't know if it's actually good for me to apply more than one stencil at a time. I think like on real skin, the stencil doesn't wipe away as easily, but on the fake skin, like one pass and it gets all smeared. So I'm not gonna use gloves for this. I don't think so. Actually, I might use kitchen gloves that I have. I have like food gloves or gloves that are made for like when you're preparing food. And that's just gonna be to put down the stencil stuff, but I don't want to use my gloves just to apply a stencil when I'm not tattooing, basically. But obviously I'm going to wear the gloves when I'm tattooing, so let me go get those gloves to apply the stencil. And yeah, I feel like by having this like set up, and also number one, I feel like by having this set up, it also encourages me to like tattoo. Like I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll have less work to do because my station is already set up and my stencil is already dry. The other part is that some people say that you should leave your stencil to dry for like 24 hours so it's not wiping away. So I'm also trying a different method of leaving my stencil to dry before I go and tattoo it to see if that works a little bit better. So yeah, that's my reason. Not that I had to explain that to y'all, but which one am I going to do? I think I'm gonna start, cause see, I don't know what size snail she's gonna get, but I've really been wanting to try a lot of these. But the one I guess I'm really interested in trying is the candle, because this is a tattoo I've also been wanting, if it would focus, to do on myself. So because I have more than one of them, I wouldn't mind practicing that. And then I have these multiple sizes of the ladybug. I don't know which one I'm gonna do on myself, but like I said, I wanted to just apply one stencil and let it dry and see how that goes. So let's start there. So if I apply more than one and it rubs off, I'm gonna scream. Got my glove. Let me move the camera. This is the stencil stuff that my mom got me. She like wanted to get me some supplies. It works great. This is the one that I also had. Both of them are from Amazon. Both work great. I haven't had any issues with either of them. I'm going to put it on this side since I'm left-handed. I put it all the way over here because I thought I would move like this way, but I'm realizing I should just move that way. To remove ink. But I think I already rubbed it into the skin, kind of. So I'm also still trying to work out like what is the right amount of stencil stuff to go on, because I feel like when I put too much, then the stencil like smears, like the ink from the stencil spreads and it gets kind of smudged and muddy, and I don't like that. So like I've seen people like kind of wipe it off. And so like that's kind of what I've been doing, is like kind of wiping it off. But then sometimes if you wipe it off, then there's not enough stencil stuff on there, and then it's like, oh, there was nothing for me to stick to. So let's see how well this works. Maybe that's part of my problem, is that I shouldn't rub it, I should pat it down, because I just saw it smear a part of the stencil when I was rubbing it. Now, one of the things I learned, because I was doing this before with the other fake skin is when they say leave the stencil on for 24 hours, they don't mean with the paper. So I left it on with the paper last time, and when I tried to peel it off, it was really hard to get off. So yeah, when they say let it dry for 24 hours, they mean lift the paper off. So let's see. Please have stuck. Barely. So back to the drawing board. So see, that's what I meant. I put too little of stencil stuff that time. And it's not that hard to wipe the stencil off. It's just annoying because the ink, the blue ink. Let's see, it comes off. Because it was so light, that wasn't as annoying as when I've had to like try to place a stencil that was already on there and I just needed to move it. So, okay, we'll leave more of the stencil stuff this time. But this is why we practice, to figure out what is correct and what is not. A lot of tattooing, I feel like, is learning from your errors. What's that? I don't know. Yeah, a lot of tattooing is learning from your errors. Like realizing, oh, I should change the needle depth. Oh, I should change the voltage. Oh, I should change the fake skin I'm using. I should change the ink I'm using. I should change the needle size I'm using. Like, there's a lot of things that you can adjust. Okay. Hopefully that's wet enough / not too wet. Yeah, I definitely think more of it stuck this time. And I guess you can tell that by seeing like the blue ink get kind of darker on the other side of the transfer paper. I still won't know until I pull it off if I used enough. But hopefully it's enough that I can see the stencil to tattoo it. Which I'm not gonna lie, now that I have everything all set up, I kind of just want to tattoo it now. So we'll see. Yes, yes, so much better, so much better. See, it stuck so much better. I didn't show it the last time, but it was on there very lightly before, and it's on there lightly, but not so light that I can't see it. So that's great. I usually just dab it a little and it takes up some of it, but yeah, I want to leave this to dry, but I actually think I might tattoo it and leave another one to dry, so hold on. I am still going to leave one to dry for tomorrow, but I think I'm going to tattoo at least one thing today. I don't know if it's being a tattoo artist or what, but like once the stuff is out, once the stencil is out, I'm ready to go. I want to tattoo, and I'd rather follow my motivation when I feel these spurts of motivation to practice my craft. So yeah, that's all I have to say on that. So I'm going to set up my phone because I always be making content, A, B, C. And it just makes it easier when I do go to like make content that I already have stuff ready to go rather than like, oh, I need to post today. Let me film something today. I currently have a 7 in there, but I'm trying to follow my mentor's advice of using a smaller needle, and that like as I get better with the smaller needle, it'll be even easier to do with the larger needles. So let me see. Yeah, this one is a 5. And yeah, I've been reusing needles because why not? I'll literally do like 1 or 2 tattoo with them. So I don't want to throw them away. But obviously pay attention to your needles because they can start to get kind of bent and janky. So honestly, I'm looking at this, but this one is still fine, although I do see probably a piece of the paper towel in there, so I'm probably gonna have to retire this 7 round liner, but I have used the 7 one a lot, whereas I have 2 5s out because I didn't know I had a 5 out already. But yeah. And then you guys already saw me set up before, because I took a video of that already. So I'm not going to show my setup again. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. Filled all of this ink. So that was great. Literally like the second that I was like, all right, time to fill up my ink cap, it was like sploosh, explosion. So love that for me. Now I've got ink all over the place, but we're still gonna get started. Sometimes I have to like adjust my grip. I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes like as I'm approaching the skin, my hand gets shaky, so. It's like the more I have to focus the hand, the shakier my hand gets. So that's like a main thing that I'm trying to work on, is having a steadier hand. I definitely went too deep that time. But see, this is why you have to practice basically every day. Because you want a steady hand, you want good needle depth. You want to like pull away very cleanly so that way you can kind of pick up where you left off. You want to keep putting the right amount of ink in your needle. You don't want to go too far into your cup because then the ink splatters everywhere. You want to try different needle sizes so you can get an idea of how they all feel. You want to try different voltages. Like there's a lot that goes into tattooing, and I feel like when I was getting tattoos, I didn't realize how much my tattoo artist was thinking while they were giving me a tattoo. I thought they were just like, all right, la 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 la. And I guess maybe over time, as you tattoo for a while, you don't have to think as much while you're tattooing, and it probably just all becomes easy muscle memory. But in the beginning, I'm definitely thinking about all the steps. The main thing is trying to think of a tattoo as a bunch of mini tattoos, because like each of these circles is a mini tattoo, but I'm making this one cohesive piece. So you also are supposed to stretch the skin. It's kind of hard for me to do that because this is fake skin and it's like rubbery, but you're supposed to stretch the skin while you're tattooing. And that's another thing to get good practice about. Honestly, I think stretching the skin also helps because you have a place to put your hands. So it's supposed to be like a two-way stretch with your finger and then a pull with your hand too. I know I'm not always doing that on my fake skin, but that's because sometimes I literally can't. It's hard, or where I'm at on the fake skin makes it difficult to do that. Let me try to bring you guys a little bit closer. I think I find a better angle. It's just not the best angle because I'm left-handed. But, so actually, it's still not better because you can't see the drawing. I just wanted to try something else. So we're gonna just try this angle, and if it doesn't work, then I guess I'll just switch back to the other angle. Just trying to give you guys different visuals of me tattooing than just like the same one angle. Oh, also thinking about tattooing at an angle. That's the other thing. I've seen people say different things, but most common, it seems to be between like 30 to 60 degrees. A lot of people say 45 degrees, but I've heard people say 30-degree angle, 60-degree angle. But that's only a good visual if you're good at visualizing angles. So. I'll feel better with some fruit. I'm gonna tell you about my dream. I had a dream about a golden strawberry. I think it's because I had strawberries for dinner. I'm trying to like compare it to the stencil, like what's missing. It's like a Where's Waldo of what's missing. Good enough. Now I'm just going to wipe it away and let's see how much of this actually stuck. Now I already knew it wasn't going to come out looking perfect because I had to go over these tattoos twice, so I'm not surprised. It's because this is like a really thick skin and I was just working on a really thin one, so I'm not going in deep enough. But that's okay because it gives me even more practice. Because I have to go over it again. So I'd honestly rather do like a really faint tattoo than do it too deep and too dark and it not look good at all. But this one is kind of supposed to be fine line. It was just an illustrative tattoo, so it's actually not specifically fine line, but I feel like this gives me good practice because that's the other things that I'm used to, the thicker lines, and the thicker lines make it look more full or darker, whereas this, not necessarily, it looks a lot lighter, but it's not horrible. Like if you saw the other video of how these looked when I did them before going over them a second time, then this is not good. I mean, this is not bad for my first try with the 5 and only going over it once. So I feel like it looks kind of faint, almost like on purpose, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I'm proud of myself. I'm gonna go over this one more time off camera and then I'll show y'all what that looks like. Still really hard to get those stars light enough, but I think this is as good as this tattoo is getting. Because I've now gone over it 3 times, so clearly I'm just still very light-handed with these tiny ones, but it's okay because they can just be cute little tiny sparkles. So that's gonna be it for today. My partner did decide that she wanted the medium-sized snail. Don't know if y'all can see that. So I am going to set up my station for tomorrow because I'm going to practice tomorrow. And I guess I'm going to practice with the tiny snail as far as like leaving it and letting it dry for 24 hours. So.
Oops, that's probably far too much, but it is what it is. I've already put it down. I'm worried it's too wet. Okay. And like I said, I'm going to do this tomorrow, so I'm going to leave this to dry for 24 hours, and we're going to see if that makes a difference. But there's the little snail. Ta-da! It came off, and we're just going to let that dry.
All right, and the movie magic is that y'all will see this tomorrow. So, bye.